Your mind is your forge. Within it lies the raw material of your thoughts, molten, untamed, and brimming with potential. Left unrefined, these thoughts harden into jagged chaos, limiting your power and obscuring your purpose. But when tempered with discipline and clarity, they can be shaped into tools that carve your destiny. This is the essence of mental mastery, transforming the uncontrolled fire of your mind into a focused force capable of shaping your reality. In a world rife with distractions and superficial solutions, the ability to command your thoughts is not just a skill, it's a necessity. Without control, your thoughts run rampant, pulling you in conflicting directions and leaving you powerless to act with purpose. But with control, you become the craftsman of your own life, capable of forging resilience, discipline, and unyielding willpower. This book is your guide to that mastery. It doesn't promise shortcuts or fleeting motivation. It offers a framework for real, lasting transformation. Each chapter will challenge you to confront the chaos within, identify the patterns that hold you back, and forge a mind that serves your ambitions rather than undermines them. You will learn to dismantle limiting beliefs, cultivate discipline, and channel your mental energy toward meaningful action. The themes of this journey are resilience, self-command, and inner alchemy. Resilience is your ability to withstand the pressures of life without breaking. Self-command is the discipline to act in alignment with your purpose, even when it's uncomfortable. Inner alchemy is the transformation of mental chaos into clarity and power. Together, these principles will enable you to dominate your thoughts and reshape your destiny. To embark on this journey, you must commit to the forge. The process will be challenging and at times uncomfortable. Like steel in the fire, you will face moments of intense heat, times when your old patterns resist change and your resolve is tested. But remember, the fire doesn't destroy, it strengthens. Every moment in the forge is an opportunity to grow sharper, stronger, and more resilient. Consider the stories of those who have mastered their minds. They were not born exceptional. They faced the same doubts, fears, and distractions as you. What set them apart was their willingness to confront their weaknesses and refine their strengths. They understood that greatness is forged, not given, and they chose to wield the tools of discipline and clarity to shape their reality. This is your opportunity to do the same. Each chapter in this book is a step forward, a hammer strike on the anvil of your mind. By the end, you will have the tools to master your thoughts, overcome obstacles, and align your actions with your purpose. You will no longer be a passenger in your life, driven by uncontrolled impulses and fleeting emotions. You will be the craftsman, wielding your thoughts with precision and purpose. The journey begins here. Step into the forge and commit to the process of transformation. This is your time to take control, master your mind, and shape a future defined by strength, clarity, and purpose. Are you ready to begin? Let's start. Dominate your thoughts. Chapter 1: Awareness as the first step. Know the chaos. Imagine your mind as a forge, smoldering with untapped energy and raw potential. Without guidance, this forge becomes chaotic, spewing flames in every direction, consuming whatever lies nearby. Left unattended, the metal within it warps, cracks, and becomes brittle. But when guided by a skilled craftsman, that same fire refines raw material into something powerful. Tools, armor, weapons. Your thoughts are no different. Left unchecked, they create confusion and destruction. But with awareness, they become the foundation for purpose, strength, and transformation. Most men let their minds run wild, surrendering to every impulse, distraction, or doubt that arises. They fail to realize that their thoughts are not their masters, but their tools. Mastery begins with awareness, the ability to step back and observe your thoughts without judgment, as if you were a craftsman examining the raw material before him. Until you take this first step, no meaningful change is possible. Chaos will reign, and your potential will remain untapped. What dominates your mental landscape? Are your thoughts building you up or breaking you down? Are they propelling you forward or chaining you to inaction? Awareness allows you to answer these questions and, more importantly, to take control. It's not about silencing the noise entirely. It's about learning to listen with intention. Only then can you begin to shape the fire of your mind into something extraordinary. Awareness is not a passive act, it's an intentional practice of observing your mind and recognizing the patterns that govern it. For most men, thoughts come and go like a relentless tide, unnoticed and unquestioned. These unexamined thoughts steer actions, shape habits, and dictate outcomes. Without awareness, you are a passenger on this journey, not the driver. Awareness allows you to take the wheel. Think about the last time you hesitated in a critical moment. Perhaps you wanted to speak up in a meeting, but a voice in your head whispered, "Don't embarrass yourself." Or maybe you planned to start a project but stalled because another thought told you, "It won't work." These thoughts weren't facts, they were unchecked patterns, often rooted in past experiences or fears. Awareness lets you catch these patterns in real time and question their validity. To cultivate awareness, begin with observation. Spend a few moments each day simply noticing your thoughts as they arise. Imagine yourself as a silent observer standing on the edge of a busy street, watching cars pass by. Each car represents a thought, some loud and intrusive, others quiet and fleeting. Your job is not to jump into every car, but to notice which ones keep circling, which ones demand your attention, and which ones steer you toward a destination you didn't choose. As you develop this practice, patterns will emerge. You may notice that certain triggers consistently provoke negativity, perhaps a specific situation or a particular memory. These triggers are the raw material of your mental forge. Once identified, they can be reshaped. For example, if you find yourself repeatedly doubting your abilities after a failure, awareness allows you to pause and challenge that response. Is this doubt justified, or is it a reflex born from fear? One of the most powerful outcomes of awareness is the ability to create space between stimulus and response. Without it, every thought feels urgent, every emotion overwhelming. Awareness introduces a moment of choice. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can pause, reflect, and decide how to respond. Imagine you're in a heated argument, and anger starts to rise. Instead of lashing out, awareness allows you to recognize the emotion as it builds. You can step back and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What outcome do I want from this situation? This single moment of pause can transform conflict into clarity. Reflection is another essential aspect of awareness. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to review the mental landscape you navigated. What thoughts dominated your attention? Did they align with your goals, or did they lead you astray? Writing down these reflections can be illuminating. Patterns that once felt invisible will become clear. You may notice, for instance, that your mind is most scattered after scrolling through social media, or that self-doubt spikes after a conversation with a particular person. This knowledge empowers you to make intentional changes. Consider the story of a man overwhelmed by anxiety about his career. Each day, his mind flooded with questions. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts consumed his energy, leaving him paralyzed. But when he began practicing awareness, he realized that these fears stemmed from comparisons to others in his field. This insight allowed him to refocus on his own progress rather than external benchmarks. The act of observing his thoughts broke their grip on him and gave him the clarity to move forward. Awareness also uncovers opportunities for growth hidden within the chaos. Thoughts that once felt purely negative may reveal valuable lessons. For example, a persistent fear of public speaking might point to a need for preparation or a desire to connect more deeply with others. By observing this fear without judgment, you can transform it into a motivator rather than a barrier. Every thought has the potential to serve you, but only if you're aware of it. This process is not about perfection, it's about progress. Some days your mind will feel like a tempest, and awareness will seem out of reach. On other days, clarity will come easily. The key is to remain consistent in your practice. Over time, awareness becomes second nature, a constant presence that guides your actions and decisions. It's the craftsman's steady hand, shaping the fire into something purposeful. Awareness is the foundation upon which mental mastery is built. Without it, you're swinging blindly at the raw material of your mind, hoping to create something useful. With it, every thought becomes intentional, every action deliberate. Awareness doesn't eliminate chaos, but it gives you the tools to shape it into something powerful. Return to the image of the forge. Before the craftsman strikes the first blow, he must study the metal, understanding its strengths and impurities. Awareness is your study, your inspection of the mind's raw material. It reveals the patterns, the weaknesses, and the potential that lie within. Ask yourself, what patterns dominate your thoughts, and how have they shaped your actions? Are these patterns leading you toward the life you desire, or are they holding you back? Awareness is not a destination, it's a tool, one you can wield starting today. Your mind is a forge, and awareness is your first and most essential tool. Begin the practice now. Observe, reflect, and take control. From this foundation you will build the strength to dominate your thoughts and transform your life. What step will you take today to confront the chaos? Chapter 2. Discipline, the keystone of thought mastery. Imagine a towering archway, its massive stones holding the structure in place, immovable against the weight of time and the pull of gravity. At the center of the arch is the keystone, a single wedge-shaped block that locks the entire structure together. Without it, the arch would crumble into a pile of scattered stones, its potential lost to disarray. Discipline is your mind's keystone. It holds the framework of your mental mastery together, giving strength and stability to your thoughts and actions. Without discipline, even the most ambitious goals collapse under the weight of distraction and inconsistency. Too often, men believe that great success requires bursts of inspiration or monumental effort, but the truth is simpler and harder. True mastery is built on the small, consistent actions that discipline enables. Discipline doesn't shout or demand attention, it works quietly, like the steady hammering of a blacksmith forging something unbreakable. It is the unseen force behind every success, every moment of clarity, and every triumph over chaos. Are you relying on fleeting motivation, waiting for the perfect moment to act? Or are you laying the bricks of your mental foundation every day, no matter how you feel? The difference is discipline, the quiet strength that turns vision into reality. Without it, even the sharpest mind will falter. With it, you become unstoppable. Discipline is not a gift or an innate trait. It is a skill that must be cultivated through deliberate effort. It begins with a decision, a commitment to consistency, no matter the obstacles or distractions that arise. Most men misunderstand discipline as an unrelenting drive to push through at all costs. But true discipline is more than brute force. It is the ability to align your actions with your intentions, even when the pull of comfort and distraction is at its strongest. To understand discipline, consider its opposite, chaos. A life without discipline is governed by whims and impulses. Decisions are made based on fleeting emotions rather than long-term goals. This lack of structure breeds inconsistency, which in turn erodes confidence and clarity. A man without discipline is like a ship adrift at sea, blown off course by every gust of wind. Discipline anchors you. It provides the stability and direction needed to navigate life's challenges with purpose. One of the simplest yet most profound practices for cultivating discipline is the creation of daily routines. A routine is a pre-decided set of actions that eliminates the need for constant decision-making. When you wake up each morning knowing exactly how you will begin your day, whether it's journaling, exercising, or meditating, you remove the opportunity for hesitation or procrastination. The act becomes automatic, and over time, these small, disciplined actions compound into significant progress. Imagine a man who sets a goal to improve his focus. Without discipline, he spends his days trying to force himself into concentration, battling distractions at every turn. But with discipline, he establishes a routine, a specific time each morning dedicated to undisturbed work, free from interruptions. The first few days may feel unnatural, even difficult, but as he persists, the routine becomes ingrained, his focus sharpens, and what once required immense effort becomes effortless. This is the power of discipline, the ability to transform a struggle into a strength. Discipline also requires the willingness to confront discomfort. Too often, men shy away from difficult tasks or uncomfortable situations, seeking the path of least resistance. But every time you choose comfort over effort, you weaken your mental framework. Discipline is forged in the moments when you push past the urge to quit. Whether it's finishing a workout when your body screams to stop or staying focused on a task when distractions beckon, these small victories strengthen your ability to endure and persevere. Consider the blacksmith shaping iron in the forge. He strikes the metal repeatedly, knowing that each blow contributes to its strength and form. The process is repetitive, even grueling, but the result is something durable and powerful. Discipline works the same way. Each small act of consistency is a hammer strike that shapes your character and solidifies your will. The more you practice, the stronger you become. However, discipline is not about perfection. Even the most disciplined man will falter at times. What sets him apart is his ability to recover quickly and return to his routines. Discipline is not a rigid, unyielding force. It is adaptable, allowing for setbacks without losing momentum. If you miss a day of your routine, acknowledge it without judgment and commit to resuming the next day. This resilience is a hallmark of true discipline, the ability to persist despite imperfection. The impact of discipline extends far beyond daily habits. It transforms your relationship with yourself. Each time you honor a commitment to discipline, you reinforce the belief that you are capable and reliable. This self-trust becomes the foundation for confidence and mental clarity. When you know you can depend on yourself to act with consistency and purpose, external challenges lose their power to derail you. Discipline, in this sense, is not just an action, it is a state of being. It is worth noting that discipline often appears mundane. There is no glory in waking up early to write or choosing a healthy meal over fast food. But these seemingly small acts are what separate mediocrity from greatness. Discipline thrives in the unnoticed moments, the quiet decisions that compound into extraordinary outcomes. It is not flashy or dramatic, it is steady, relentless, and unyielding. Reflect on your life. Where have you lacked discipline, and how has it held you back? Perhaps you've struggled to maintain a workout routine or abandoned a goal at the first sign of difficulty. Imagine how different your results would be if you approached these challenges with disciplined consistency. The effort required may feel daunting, but the reward, mastery over your mind and actions, is invaluable. Discipline is the keystone of thought mastery. Without it, the structure of your mind crumbles under the weight of distraction and inconsistency. With it, every thought and action aligns with purpose, creating a foundation strong enough to support even the loftiest ambitions. Discipline is not about monumental effort, it is about steady, consistent action, day after day, no matter the circumstances. Return to the image of the archway. Each disciplined act you perform is a stone placed with precision, contributing to the strength and stability of your mental framework. The keystone, however, is your commitment, the decision to act with intention, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Without this commitment, the arch cannot stand. With it, nothing can bring it down. Ask yourself, where in your life have you let discipline slip, and how has it impacted your goals? What small, consistent action can you begin today to rebuild your foundation? Discipline is not a single act, but a way of life, one that transforms chaos into clarity and potential into power. Your thoughts are waiting to be mastered, and discipline is the tool that will shape them. Take the first step today. Choose one area where you will commit to consistent action, and watch as the foundation of your mental strength grows unshakable. The forge is waiting. Will you take up the hammer? Chapter 3: Breaking the Chains of Limiting Beliefs. Imagine a prisoner sitting in a cell with the door unlocked. The shackles on his wrists are illusions, nothing but the residue of his own mind, yet he remains seated, convinced he is trapped. This is the condition of a man bound by limiting beliefs. These beliefs act as invisible chains, restraining his potential and distorting his view of what is possible. He could rise, walk through the open door, and claim his freedom, but first, he must recognize that the chains are not real. Limiting beliefs are forged in the fires of past failures, societal expectations, and self-doubt. They whisper lies, convincing you that you are not enough, that your efforts will fail, or that success is reserved for others. But these beliefs are not truths. They are stories, stories you have the power to rewrite. To break free, you must confront these mental shackles head-on, dismantle their hold, and forge a new narrative of strength and capability. Are you willing to examine the beliefs that bind you? To challenge the stories you've told yourself for years and replace them with truths that empower rather than restrict? Breaking these chains is not a one-time act, but a journey of awareness, courage, and persistence. The question is not whether you can break free, but whether you will. The chains of limiting beliefs are often invisible until you take the time to examine your thoughts closely. These beliefs are deeply ingrained, rooted in experiences, upbringing, or cultural narratives that shaped your view of the world and yourself. Perhaps you've heard a voice in your mind say, "You're not smart enough for that," or "People like you don't achieve those kinds of goals." The origin of such beliefs may vary, but their impact is universal. They create boundaries where none should exist. Consider a man who dreams of starting a business but never takes the first step. He tells himself it's because the timing isn't right or that he lacks the necessary resources. But beneath these excuses lies a belief: "I'm not capable of succeeding." This belief acts as a barrier, keeping him from even attempting what he truly desires. Breaking free begins with identifying the belief itself, stripping it of its power by bringing it into the light. The first step in dismantling limiting beliefs is awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise when you face a challenge or consider pursuing a goal. Do they inspire action, or do they sow doubt? Write these thoughts down without judgment. Seeing them on paper can help you recognize patterns and identify beliefs that you may not have realized were holding you back. Awareness is the key that unlocks the door, revealing the chains for what they are: constructs of the mind, not unchangeable truths. Once you've identified a limiting belief, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief based on evidence, or is it a story I've accepted as fact? Often, you'll find that limiting beliefs crumble under scrutiny. For instance, if you believe you're not skilled enough to achieve a certain goal, consider moments when you demonstrated competence or learned new skills quickly. Your mind may resist this exercise at first, clinging to the safety of old narratives, but persistence will weaken the hold of these beliefs over time. Rewriting your beliefs requires more than just rejecting the old ones. It involves replacing them with empowering truths. Create affirmations or statements that reflect the person you want to become, grounded in your potential and past successes. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," tell yourself, "I am capable of learning, growing, and achieving my goals." Repeat these affirmations daily, especially when faced with challenges that trigger your old beliefs. Over time, these new narratives will become as natural as the ones they've replaced. Breaking limiting beliefs also requires action. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you weaken the chains of self-doubt. Start small if necessary. Take on a task you've been avoiding, speak up in a situation where you'd usually remain silent, or pursue a goal that seems just out of reach. These actions, no matter how minor they seem, accumulate into evidence that contradicts your limiting beliefs. With each success, your confidence grows, and the old stories lose their grip. The process of breaking these chains is not without resistance. Your mind will cling to what is familiar, even if it's harmful. Expect moments of doubt and discomfort, but remind yourself that growth is often uncomfortable. Picture a tree breaking through the surface of the soil, its roots pushing against the compacted earth. That same force of will is within you, propelling you toward freedom and growth. As you continue this work, reflect on the origins of your limiting beliefs. Were they instilled by a parent, teacher, or peer? Did they arise from a specific failure or a series of disappointments? Understanding where these beliefs came from doesn't excuse their existence, but it helps you see them for what they are: remnants of the past, not reflections of your potential. You are not bound by the thoughts that were handed to you. You have the power to choose your own. Breaking free from limiting beliefs transforms more than your actions. It reshapes your identity. The man who once saw himself as incapable begins to see opportunities instead of obstacles. The man who feared failure learns to embrace it as a stepping stone to success. This shift in mindset ripples outward, affecting every aspect of your life. You begin to set higher goals, take bolder actions, and inspire others to do the same. Imagine standing on the other side of the door, the chains of limiting beliefs lying broken at your feet. The freedom you feel is not just a release from doubt, it's the realization of your power to shape your own narrative. This is the reward of the work, a mind unshackled, a life untethered, and a future limited only by your imagination and determination. The chains of limiting beliefs are only as strong as you allow them to be. When you bring them into the light, challenge their validity, and replace them with empowering truths, they lose their grip on your mind. Each step you take toward freedom, whether through awareness, action, or reflection, reinforces your ability to dominate your thoughts and shape your reality. Return to the image of the prisoner. The door is open and the chains are gone. All that remains is the decision to rise and walk forward. Will you stay seated, bound by the stories of the past, or will you claim the freedom that has always been within your reach? The choice is yours. Ask yourself, what limiting belief will you confront today? How will you challenge it and begin rewriting your narrative? This is your opportunity to break free, to take control of your mind, and to forge a new path forward. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is the belief that you cannot have it. Change the belief, and you change everything. Chapter 4, Focus, the Art of Cutting Through Noise. Imagine a beam of sunlight refracted through a magnifying glass. Diffused, it warms the surface. Concentrated, it can ignite fire. This is the power of focus. When your thoughts scatter in every direction, they lose their potency, like water trickling through cracks in dry earth. But when aligned, they become an unstoppable force, capable of carving pathways through stone. Focus is not merely a skill, it's an art. It requires deliberate effort, a willingness to eliminate distractions, and a commitment to clarity. In today's world of endless notifications, competing priorities, and mental clutter, focus is a rare and formidable weapon. Master it, and you wield the ability to shape your reality with precision and purpose. Fail, and you risk living a life dictated by the chaos around you. Ask yourself this: are your thoughts working for you or against you? Is your attention moving you closer to your goals, or scattering your energy in trivial pursuits? The answer lies not in your circumstances but in your ability to focus. The question is, are you ready to master this art? Focus is both a discipline and a choice. It begins with understanding that your attention is your most valuable resource, a finite currency that determines the quality of your life. Yet most people squander it on distractions, letting their minds drift aimlessly from one thought to the next. The first step toward mastering focus is reclaiming your attention and directing it with intention. Consider the average day. How often do you check your phone, scroll through social media, or get lost in meaningless tasks? These moments may seem insignificant, but their cumulative effect is profound. Each distraction pulls you further from your goals, erodes your mental clarity, and reinforces the habit of scattered thinking. To regain control, you must become ruthlessly selective about where you invest your attention. Begin by identifying the distractions in your life. Are they external, like a cluttered workspace or constant interruptions, or are they internal, such as self-doubt, overthinking, or the inability to prioritize? Make a list of the top 3 distractions that consume your focus. Writing them down brings awareness, the first step toward eliminating their influence. Once you've identified the sources of distraction, the next step is to create an environment that supports focus. This isn't just about tidying your desk or turning off notifications. It's about designing a space, both physical and mental, that aligns with your goals. Remove clutter, set boundaries with others, and establish clear blocks of uninterrupted time for deep work. Your environment should be a reflection of your priorities, not a breeding ground for chaos. Equally important is the ability to say no. Every task you agree to, every notification you allow, and every unnecessary thought you entertain dilutes your focus. Saying no isn't a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of what matters most. When you say no to distractions, you're saying yes to your goals, your growth, and your purpose. Focus is also about clarity. Without a clear understanding of what you want to achieve, your efforts become scattered, like arrows fired without a target. Take the time to define your goals with precision. What does success look like? What steps will get you there? Write these answers down and revisit them daily. This practice serves as a compass guiding your attention toward what truly matters. To sustain focus, cultivate the habit of single tasking. Multitasking may seem efficient, but it splits your attention, reducing the quality and impact of your efforts. Choose one task, immerse yourself fully, and complete it before moving on to the next. This approach not only enhances productivity, but also trains your mind to remain present and engaged. Another powerful tool for focus is mindfulness. This doesn't mean sitting in silence for hours. It's about bringing your full awareness to the present moment. Whether you're working, exercising, or spending time with loved ones, practice being fully present. Notice the details, the sensations, and the emotions involved. This simple act strengthens your ability to direct your attention where it's needed most. To maintain focus over the long term, guard against mental fatigue. Just as a muscle tires from overuse, your mind needs rest to function at its peak. Schedule regular breaks, engage in activities that rejuvenate you, and prioritize quality sleep. Remember, focus is not about constant effort, it's about sustained and deliberate action. As you strengthen your focus, you'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges. Tasks that once felt overwhelming become manageable. Decisions that once caused hesitation become clear. The scattered noise of doubt and distraction fades, replaced by a quiet confidence in your ability to achieve what you set your mind to. Reflect on the impact of focus in your own life. When have you been most productive, most fulfilled, or most successful? Chances are, those moments were marked by a singular focus on a clear goal. The power of focus lies not in its complexity, but in its simplicity, the ability to channel your energy toward what matters most, moment by moment. Finally, remember that focus is not a destination but a practice. Like a blade, it requires regular sharpening. Each day presents new distractions, new challenges, and new opportunities to strengthen your resolve. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until focus is not something you do, it's who you are. Focus is your tool for shaping reality. It cuts through the noise, clears the path, and directs your energy toward what truly matters. Like the beam of sunlight through the magnifying glass, it holds the power to ignite transformation, but only if you wield it with intention. The art of focus begins with small, deliberate choices, removing distractions, clarifying goals, and immersing yourself fully in the task at hand. Each choice reinforces the habit, sharpening your ability to direct your attention with precision and purpose. Ask yourself, what distractions will you eliminate today to reclaim your focus? What goal will you direct your energy toward with unwavering clarity? These decisions, small as they may seem, hold the key to mastering the art of focus and unlocking the potential of your mind. Chapter 5: The Confidence Loop, Building Belief Through Action. Picture a snowball rolling down a mountainside. It starts small, almost insignificant, but with each turn it gathers more snow, growing in size and momentum until it becomes an unstoppable force. This is how confidence works. It doesn't appear fully formed or by chance, it grows through deliberate action, one step at a time. Confidence is the byproduct of consistent effort, not the prerequisite for it. Too often, people wait for confidence before they act, believing they need to feel ready or fearless before taking the leap. But the truth is the opposite. Confidence emerges as you act, face challenges, and prove to yourself that you are capable. Action feeds belief, and belief fuels further action, a cycle that transforms hesitation into strength and doubt into certainty. But what happens when the snowball never starts rolling? When fear, self-doubt, or hesitation keeps you stuck in place? The answer lies in breaking the inertia. Confidence isn't waiting for you, it's built by you. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? Confidence begins with a single action. No matter how small, It's tempting to think that boldness or bravery is something you're born with. But the truth is that every confident person you've ever admired started with uncertainty. What sets them apart is their willingness to act despite it. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, looking down at the water below. Your heart races, your mind floods with doubts, and every second of hesitation amplifies the fear. But the moment you jump, everything changes. The fear dissipates, replaced by exhilaration and the realization that you've overcome what once seemed insurmountable. Confidence is born in that leap, not before it. The same principle applies to every area of life. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, pursuing a new opportunity, or confronting a personal fear, confidence comes from doing. Waiting for the perfect moment or the absence of doubt only prolongs inaction. Instead, embrace the discomfort and take the smallest possible step forward. Each action reinforces the belief that you are capable, creating a positive feedback loop. Start by identifying areas in your life where confidence is lacking. Is it in your career, relationships, or personal growth? Once you've pinpointed the gap, break the goal into manageable steps. For example, if public speaking terrifies you, your first step might be speaking up in a small group or practicing in front of a mirror. The key is to start small and build gradually, celebrating each win along the way. Consistency is the engine of the confidence loop. One isolated success may feel good in the moment, but it won't create lasting change. To build unshakable confidence, you need repetition, a series of actions that reinforce your self-belief. Think of confidence as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Commit to daily actions, no matter how minor, that challenge you to step outside your comfort zone. As you build momentum, you'll notice a shift in your self-perception. What once felt daunting becomes manageable, and the fear that held you back loses its grip. This is the power of evidence. Each small victory provides tangible proof of your ability, rewriting the narrative you tell yourself. Over time, the internal dialogue shifts from "I can't" to "I can" to "I will." It's important to recognize that confidence isn't a linear journey. Setbacks and failures are inevitable, but they don't negate your progress. Instead, they offer valuable lessons that strengthen your resilience. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I apply this lesson moving forward? Viewing failure as feedback rather than defeat ensures that your confidence remains intact, even in challenging times. Another essential component of confidence is self-trust. This means keeping the promises you make to yourself. If you commit to waking up early to exercise, follow through. If you set a goal to tackle a difficult task, don't procrastinate. Each time you honor your commitments, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself. Conversely, breaking promises erodes self-trust and undermines your confidence. Visualization is a powerful tool to enhance confidence. Before tackling a challenge, take a moment to picture yourself succeeding. See the details clearly, the way you carry yourself, the steps you take, and the outcome you achieve. This mental rehearsal not only reduces anxiety, but also primes your mind for action, making success feel attainable. Confidence also requires self-compassion. No one is confident in every situation, and moments of doubt are natural. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling uncertain, acknowledge the challenge and remind yourself of past victories. Self-compassion creates a supportive internal environment where confidence can thrive. Finally, remember that confidence is contagious. The more you embody it, the more others will respond to you with trust and respect, creating a cycle of positive reinforcement. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you, and let their energy fuel your own growth. Likewise, be mindful of those who drain your confidence or sow seeds of doubt. Protect your mindset like a fortress, allowing only constructive influences inside. As you continue to take action and build confidence, reflect on the changes you see in yourself. Are you more willing to take risks? Do you recover from setbacks more quickly? Confidence is not about eliminating fear or doubt, it's about mastering them. It's about showing up, taking the leap, and proving to yourself time and time again that you are capable. Confidence is not a gift, it's a habit, cultivated through consistent action and self-trust. Like the snowball gaining momentum, every step you take builds strength and belief, transforming hesitation into power. Each choice to act, no matter how small, is a declaration that you are capable of growth and greatness. Ask yourself, what is one small action you can take today to build your confidence? What step forward will you commit to, even if it feels uncomfortable? The path to confidence is not a leap, it's a series of steps, each one reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving what you set your mind to. Remember, confidence is within your control. It grows with every challenge you face, every promise you keep, and every victory you claim. The question is not whether you can build confidence, the question is, will you take the first step? Chapter 6, Emotional Mastery, Staying Calm in the Forge. Imagine a blacksmith working at his forge. The heat is intense, the fire unpredictable, but the smith remains calm, shaping molten metal with precision and control. If his focus falters or his hands tremble, the piece is ruined. In the same way, emotions are like the fire of the forge. Left unchecked, they can consume and overwhelm you, but when harnessed, they become the energy that powers transformation and growth. Mastering your emotions is not about suppressing or ignoring them. It's about understanding them, guiding them, and ensuring they serve your purpose rather than dictate your actions. Emotions are tools, not tyrants. They can fuel your drive, deepen your relationships, and sharpen your focus if you learn to control them. The question is, can you stay steady in the heat of the forge, or will you let the fire burn out of control? Emotions are an intrinsic part of being human. They are neither inherently good nor bad, but are responses to the world around you. The key lies in how you interpret and act on them. Think of emotions as waves in the ocean. While you can't stop the waves, you can learn to surf them, maintaining balance and direction no matter how turbulent the water becomes. The first step in mastering your emotions is awareness. Many people live on autopilot, reacting to situations without understanding the emotional triggers behind their actions. Have you ever snapped at someone because you were stressed or avoided a challenge because fear held you back? These reactions aren't random. They stem from emotions operating in the background, unchecked and unexamined. To gain control, start by observing your emotional patterns. When faced with a stressful situation, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? The simple act of naming your emotions, anger, frustration, fear, excitement, creates a sense of detachment, allowing you to step back and assess the situation rationally. This practice, often referred to as emotional labeling, reduces the intensity of the emotion and gives you the clarity to choose your response. Once you've identified your emotions, the next step is reframing. Reframing is the ability to view an emotion from a different perspective, turning it from a barrier into a tool. For instance, fear can be paralyzing, but it can also be a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and growing. Instead of seeing fear as an obstacle, view it as a challenge to be embraced. Similarly, anger can be destructive if left unchecked, but it can also ignite a sense of justice and determination when channeled constructively. Breathing is one of the most effective tools for emotional mastery. When emotions run high, the body reacts, your heart races, your muscles tense, and your breath becomes shallow. This physiological response is part of the fight or flight mechanism, designed to protect you in moments of danger. However, in everyday life, this response often escalates emotions unnecessarily. Deep, controlled breathing interrupts this cycle, calming your body and mind. Try this. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and repeat. This simple exercise slows your heart rate and creates space for rational thought. Another powerful technique is grounding. When emotions threaten to overwhelm you, grounding brings you back to the present moment. Focus on your senses. What can you see, hear, feel, smell, or taste right now? By anchoring yourself in the here and now, you disrupt the emotional spiral and regain control. Grounding is particularly effective in moments of anxiety or fear, when the mind tends to race into worst-case scenarios. Emotional mastery also requires a long-term perspective. Reflect on your past emotional reactions. How often have you allowed fleeting emotions to dictate decisions you later regretted? Conversely, how often have you acted with composure and felt proud of your response? Use these reflections to guide your growth. The goal is not perfection but progress, to react with greater wisdom and control over time. It's important to note that emotional mastery doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. Suppression leads to a buildup of tension that can explode in destructive ways. Instead, aim for healthy expression. Talk to a trusted friend, write in a journal, or engage in physical activity to release pent-up emotions constructively. By acknowledging and processing your feelings, you maintain emotional balance without losing control. Consider the role of emotions in your relationships. How often do misunderstandings or conflicts arise because emotions cloud communication? Emotional mastery allows you to respond to others with empathy and clarity, strengthening connections rather than straining them. For example, instead of reacting defensively to criticism, take a moment to understand the other person's perspective and respond thoughtfully. This approach not only diffuses tension, but also builds mutual respect. Finally, recognize that emotions are not static. Like the forge's fire, they ebb and flow, influenced by internal and external factors. The key is to remain the master of the flame, adjusting the intensity as needed to achieve your goals. This requires regular self-reflection and a commitment to growth. Ask yourself, how do my emotions align with my values and purpose? Am I allowing them to guide me toward my goals, or are they pulling me off course? Emotional mastery is a lifelong journey. Each time you practice awareness, reframing, breathing, grounding, or healthy expression, you strengthen your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Over time, you'll find that emotions no longer control you. You control them, using their energy to fuel your progress and shape your destiny. The forge of your emotions will always burn, but whether it creates chaos or clarity is up to you. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean extinguishing the fire. It means harnessing its heat to forge a stronger, more focused self. When you understand your emotions and guide them with intention, they become your allies rather than your adversaries. Ask yourself, what emotions have been controlling you, and how can you take the reins starting today? Remember, emotional mastery is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each moment of awareness, each act of reframing, and each breath you take in the heat of the moment strengthens your control and deepens your resilience. You are the blacksmith of your mind, shaping your destiny with every choice you make. The fire of your emotions is not your enemy, it's your power. Will you let it consume you, or will you use it to create something extraordinary? Chapter 7: Failure as Fuel, Reframe and Rise. Picture a towering oak tree battered by a relentless storm. Its branches bend under the weight of the wind, and its leaves scatter to the ground, but the tree does not break. Each storm strengthens its roots, deepening their grip on the soil. Failure, like the storm, is not a force to fear but a challenge that forges resilience and growth. Failure is often misinterpreted as the end, a mark of inadequacy or defeat. In reality, failure is a crucible, a test of your willingness to adapt, learn, and rise. It refines your character, exposing your weaknesses while highlighting your strengths. The question isn't whether you will face failure, but how you will respond to it. Will you let it uproot you, or will you use it to anchor yourself more firmly in your pursuit of mastery? Failure is an inevitable part of life. Despite its universal nature, many of us are conditioned to fear it, to view it as a reflection of our worth or capability. This fear often paralyzes action, keeping us locked in the safety of our comfort zones. However, failure is not a verdict, it is a lesson. Each failure provides valuable insights, pointing out the gaps in your strategy, the flaws in your approach, and the areas where you need to grow. The first step in transforming failure into fuel is reframing your perspective. When you fail, ask yourself, what does this teach me? What can I learn from this experience? Every failure is a mirror, reflecting not only the missteps you took, but also the opportunities you have to improve. By viewing failure through the lens of growth rather than defeat, you shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's success with the light bulb didn't come from a single triumph, but from his relentless pursuit despite countless setbacks. He saw each failure not as a roadblock but as a stepping stone, guiding him closer to his goal. This mindset of persistence is the key to leveraging failure as fuel. When failure strikes, it often triggers a flood of emotions: frustration, disappointment, even despair. These feelings are natural but not permanent. The danger lies in allowing these emotions to cloud your judgment and dictate your next steps. Instead of wallowing in the sting of failure, acknowledge your emotions, then redirect your focus toward action. What is one small step you can take today to begin moving forward again? Reflection is a powerful tool in this process. Take time to analyze your failure objectively. What went wrong? Was it a matter of preparation, timing, or execution? By breaking down the elements of your failure, you can uncover patterns and identify specific areas for improvement. This practice not only enhances your self-awareness, but also equips you with the knowledge to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Another critical aspect of reframing failure is embracing vulnerability. Admitting that you failed is not a weakness, it is a sign of strength. When you openly acknowledge your setbacks, you free yourself from the burden of perfectionism and allow room for growth. Vulnerability fosters resilience because it teaches you to accept imperfections as part of the journey rather than as disqualifiers. Failure also serves as a powerful motivator when viewed through the right lens. Let's say you attempted to start a new business, but it didn't gain traction. Instead of labeling yourself as not cut out for entrepreneurship, consider what factors contributed to the outcome. Did you lack sufficient market research? Was your product or service poorly timed? Use these insights to refine your approach and try again, better prepared and more informed. It's essential to remember that failure does not define you, your response to it does. Every successful individual has faced failure, often repeatedly, before achieving their goals. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players in history, missed over 9,000 shots during his career and lost nearly 300 games, yet he famously stated, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Turning failure into fuel also requires a forward-focused mindset. While it's important to reflect on the past, dwelling on it can lead to stagnation. Ask yourself, what's next? How can I apply the lessons I've learned to make my next attempt stronger and more strategic? By keeping your gaze on the horizon, you maintain momentum and continue progressing toward your goals. One of the most powerful ways to reframe failure is to see it as a rite of passage. It is a sign that you are pushing boundaries, taking risks, and striving for something greater. Without the possibility of failure, there can be no growth, no innovation, and no mastery. Failure, then, is not the enemy, but the proving ground of greatness. Building resilience in the face of failure also requires a supportive mindset. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage you to learn from your setbacks rather than dwell on them. A strong support system can provide perspective, motivation, and guidance when you need it most. Seek out mentors, peers, or friends who have faced similar challenges and overcome them. Finally, celebrate your failures, not in the sense of glorifying them but as milestones in your journey. Each failure is evidence of your courage to try, to risk, and to grow. Recognize the progress you've made, even if it didn't lead to immediate success. This mindset fosters gratitude and keeps you grounded, reminding you that the journey itself is valuable. Failure is not the end of the road, it is the forge in which resilience and strength are crafted. When you embrace failure as a teacher rather than a tyrant, you unlock its transformative power. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, guiding you closer to mastery and self-discovery. Ask yourself, what failure have you been avoiding, and how can you reframe it as an opportunity to grow? The storms of life may batter you, but like the oak tree, each challenge deepens your roots and strengthens your resolve. Remember, the path to greatness is not paved with perfection but with perseverance. Step boldly into the arena, unafraid of failure, for in every stumble lies the seed of a future triumph. Will you let the storm break you, or will you use it to grow stronger? The choice is yours. Chapter 8. Purpose, the compass of a focused mind. Imagine a ship adrift in an endless sea, its sails full but its direction uncertain. Without a compass to guide it, the ship's energy is wasted as it drifts aimlessly. Your mind, when unaligned with purpose, is no different. Purpose is your compass, the force that steers your thoughts, actions, and decisions toward a destination of meaning and fulfillment. Purpose transforms uncertainty into clarity and hesitation into action. It is the internal compass that points you toward what truly matters, helping you cut through distractions and focus on what aligns with your values and aspirations. Without purpose, even the strongest mind falters, lost in the noise of the world. But with it, every thought becomes deliberate, every action purposeful. Purpose is the driving force behind every great accomplishment. Yet for many, it remains an elusive concept, a vague sense of direction rather than a clearly defined destination. The absence of purpose is not a failure of ambition, but a failure of clarity. Too often, we allow external expectations or societal pressures to dictate our goals, leaving us disconnected from our true desires. The journey to purpose begins with self-discovery, a willingness to delve into your values, passions, and strengths. Start by asking yourself, what truly matters to me? This question, though simple, can be profoundly challenging. Many of us spend our lives chasing achievements or validation that don't resonate with our core values. By identifying what matters most, you can begin to align your thoughts and actions with your authentic self. Consider this a process of elimination. Filter out what doesn't serve you to reveal what does. Purpose is not static, it evolves as you grow. What drives you at one stage of life may shift as your experiences and priorities change. Embracing this fluidity is key to maintaining clarity. Regular reflection allows you to reassess your purpose and realign your focus. This practice ensures that your compass remains accurate, even as the landscape of your life shifts. When purpose guides your actions, it eliminates indecision. Think of a time when you hesitated, torn between options. That hesitation likely stemmed from a lack of clarity about your ultimate goal. Purpose cuts through this uncertainty, offering a clear criterion for decision-making. Does this align with my mission? If the answer is yes, proceed with confidence. If not, let it go without regret. Purpose also provides resilience in the face of challenges. When obstacles arise, it's easy to lose motivation or question your abilities. But when you are deeply connected to your purpose, setbacks become manageable. They are no longer insurmountable roadblocks, but temporary detours on the path to your destination. Your purpose gives you the strength to persevere, knowing that the struggle is part of the journey. A clear sense of purpose doesn't just benefit your mental focus, it impacts every aspect of your life. Relationships, career choices, and personal growth all become more intentional when aligned with your purpose. When you operate from a place of alignment, you attract opportunities and connections that resonate with your values, creating a life of greater harmony and fulfillment. Defining your purpose requires both introspection and action. Introspection provides the clarity to identify your values and aspirations, while action tests and refines them. It's not enough to think about your purpose, you must live it. Purpose is revealed through movement, through trial and error. Each step you take, whether successful or not, brings you closer to understanding your mission. One powerful way to uncover your purpose is to reflect on moments when you felt most alive, engaged, or fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you with? What impact were you making? These moments are clues pointing to what resonates deeply with your authentic self. By identifying common threads in these experiences, you can begin to weave a narrative of purpose. Purpose is not limited to grand, world-changing ambitions. It can be as simple as living with integrity, contributing to your community, or mastering a craft. The scale of your purpose is irrelevant. What matters is its authenticity. A small but deeply meaningful purpose is far more powerful than a grandiose but hollow one. Living with purpose requires discipline. It's easy to drift away from your mission in the face of distractions or setbacks. Purpose must be nurtured daily, reinforced through rituals and habits that keep it at the forefront of your mind. This might include journaling, setting daily intentions, or engaging in activities that align with your values. These practices act as anchors, grounding you in your mission even when the tides of life threaten to pull you off course. Purpose also demands courage. The courage to let go of what no longer serves you, to pursue what truly matters even when it's difficult or unpopular. This courage is rooted in trust in yourself and the path you are forging. By committing to your purpose, you declare that your life is your own to shape, free from the constraints of external validation or fear of failure. Finally, purpose is not a destination but a journey. It's not something you achieve once and for all, but something you live every day. Each step you take toward your purpose deepens your understanding of it, creating a feedback loop of clarity and motivation. The more aligned your actions are with your purpose, the more fulfilling and impactful your life becomes. Purpose is the compass that transforms wandering into a journey, chaos into clarity, and hesitation into action. It is your North Star, guiding you toward a life of meaning and fulfillment. Without purpose, even the most determined efforts can feel hollow. But with it, every thought and action takes on a deeper significance, propelling you toward your highest potential. Ask yourself, what is your purpose, and how are your daily actions reflecting it? The answer to this question holds the key to unlocking a life of alignment and fulfillment. Purpose is not something you find, it is something you uncover within yourself and commit to living every day. Step boldly into your purpose, letting it guide your thoughts, decisions, and actions. For when you live with purpose, you not only transform your own life but inspire those around you to do the same. Will you follow the pull of your compass, or will you drift aimlessly? The choice is yours, and the journey begins now. Chapter 9: The Rituals of Thought Domination. Picture a craftsman at work, chiseling away at raw stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Each strike of the hammer, each deliberate movement, transforms chaos into form, potential into reality. Rituals are the hammer and chisel for your mind, shaping the raw material of your thoughts into a focused, disciplined, and unstoppable force. Without consistent practice, even the sharpest tools grow dull, and the strongest minds falter. Rituals are not mere routines, they are deliberate acts of self-mastery. They anchor your thoughts and actions to your purpose, aligning your mental energy with your goals. Like the craftsman's tools, rituals refine your mind, reinforcing clarity and discipline. They are the unsung heroes of success, quietly but powerfully driving your transformation. With the right rituals, you can dominate your thoughts and shape your life with precision. Rituals are the foundation of mental domination because they create consistency in an unpredictable world. Life will always throw challenges your way, disrupting plans and testing your resolve. Rituals provide the structure you need to stay focused and resilient, no matter the circumstances. They transform discipline from a fleeting effort into a lasting habit, embedding clarity and control into your daily life. To dominate your thoughts, start with a morning ritual. The morning sets the tone for the entire day, and how you begin determines your momentum. A powerful morning ritual includes practices that clear mental clutter, focus your energy, and align your thoughts with your goals. Simple acts, such as journaling your intentions, meditating for clarity, or reviewing your priorities, can have a profound impact. These practices act as a reset button, ensuring you start each day with purpose and direction. Equally important is an evening ritual, a time to reflect, recalibrate, and prepare for the next day. In the quiet of the evening, review your successes and challenges. What went well? What could you improve? This reflection not only reinforces the lessons of the day, but also clears your mind for restful sleep, setting the stage for another productive morning. Without this nightly reset, your thoughts can become cluttered, leading to a sense of overwhelm and distraction. Rituals also help you guard your mental energy. In a world filled with distractions and noise, it's easy to lose focus and fall into reactive patterns. Rituals create intentional pauses in your day, moments to reconnect with your purpose and regain control. For example, a midday ritual could involve stepping away from your tasks to breathe deeply, reset your focus, and reaffirm your priorities. These small moments of mindfulness can prevent mental fatigue and keep you operating at your best. The beauty of rituals lies in their simplicity. They don't require hours of your time or elaborate preparation. What matters is consistency. A 5-minute practice done daily is more powerful than an hour-long session done sporadically. Rituals are about creating momentum, turning small, consistent actions into powerful habits that shape your mindset over time. They are the quiet force that drives transformation, working behind the scenes to build resilience and focus. Rituals also act as a safeguard against external influences. When your day is anchored by intentional practices, it becomes harder for distractions or negativity to derail you. Consider your rituals as a fortress, protecting your thoughts from the chaos of the outside world. Within this fortress, you have the space to think clearly, act decisively, and stay aligned with your goals. Rituals are deeply personal. What works for one person may not resonate with another. The key is to experiment and find practices that align with your values and lifestyle. Some may find meditation essential for clearing the mind, while others might prefer physical exercise to boost energy and focus. The specific practices matter less than your commitment to them. Consistency is the thread that binds rituals to results. Over time, rituals become second nature. They shift from being deliberate practices to ingrained habits, seamlessly integrating into your life. This is where their true power lies. Once established, they require little effort to maintain but continue to deliver immense benefits. Your mind becomes conditioned to operate with clarity and discipline, effortlessly aligned with your purpose. Rituals also serve as a reminder of your commitment to growth. Each time you engage in your practices, you are reinforcing your identity as someone who values self-mastery and discipline. This reinforcement creates a positive feedback loop, strengthening your resolve and deepening your commitment. Every action you take in alignment with your rituals builds trust in yourself, a trust that fuels confidence and resilience. Finally, rituals are not static, they evolve as you do. As your goals and priorities change, your rituals should adapt to reflect your growth. Periodically review your practices to ensure they continue to serve you. Are they still aligned with your purpose? Are they helping you dominate your thoughts and achieve your goals? If not, make adjustments. Growth is a dynamic process, and your rituals should support it. Rituals are the quiet architects of transformation, shaping your thoughts and actions into a cohesive force for growth. They provide the structure and consistency needed to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience. With the right rituals, you can anchor yourself in purpose, protect your mental energy, and align your actions with your highest aspirations. Ask yourself, what rituals are shaping your mindset, and are they serving you? The answer to this question will reveal whether you are actively crafting your life or passively reacting to it. Commit to building rituals that empower you, practices that align your thoughts and actions with your goals. Step into the role of the craftsman, chisel in hand and shape your mind with deliberate care. Your rituals are the tools that transform raw potential into realized power. Use them wisely, consistently, and confidently, and watch as they forge a life of clarity, focus, and purpose. The question is not whether you will create rituals. The question is, will you make them strong enough to dominate your thoughts and master your destiny? The choice, as always, is yours. Chapter 10. The Mastery Challenge, Cementing Your Transformation. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast wilderness, holding a map and a compass. These tools can guide you, but they alone won't get you to your destination. Progress demands action, decisive, deliberate steps into the unknown. The wilderness represents your untamed thoughts, and the journey through it symbolizes your path to mastery. At this moment, you face the ultimate test: to apply all you've learned, to turn knowledge into action, and to prove to yourself that you can dominate your thoughts and shape your destiny. This challenge is your crucible. It is where theory becomes practice and transformation becomes tangible. Everything you've cultivated, awareness, discipline, clarity, and purpose, converges here, ready to be forged into an unshakable mindset. The challenge is not just to test your strength but to reveal the limitless potential that lies within. Are you prepared to step into the wilderness, to claim mastery over your mind and, by extension, your life? Mastery is not a passive state. It is earned through consistent, focused action. The Mastery Challenge is designed to take you beyond your comfort zone, pushing you to confront your mental barriers and emerge stronger. This is not a theoretical exercise. It is a practical, immersive experience that demands your full engagement. Over the next 7 days, you will actively dominate a recurring mental block, transforming it from a limitation into a source of strength. Day 1 begins with awareness. Reflect on your mental landscape and identify a specific thought or habit that has held you back. Perhaps it's a pattern of procrastination, a fear of failure, or self-doubt that undermines your confidence. Write it down. Give it form and definition, for what is acknowledged can be addressed. This act of recognition marks the starting point of your journey. On day 2, confront the roots of this mental block. Ask yourself, where did this thought originate? What experiences or beliefs have sustained it? This process of introspection may be uncomfortable, but discomfort is the crucible of growth. By understanding the origins of your limitation, you strip it of its power, revealing it for what it is, a construct, not an unchangeable truth. Day 3 is the turning point. Begin actively dismantling your limitation by challenging its validity. For every negative thought, counter it with an empowering truth. Replace "I can't" with "I am capable." Replace "I'm not ready" with "I will start now." Write these affirmations and repeat them daily, aloud if possible. This practice rewires your mental patterns, replacing negativity with confidence and clarity. On day 4, take decisive action. Identify a specific task or goal that aligns with the thought you're reshaping and commit to it. If procrastination is your block, tackle a project you've been avoiding. If fear of failure holds you back, take a calculated risk. Action is the antidote to fear and doubt, proving to yourself that you are capable. The key here is not perfection but momentum. Start, and the rest will follow. Day 5 is about resilience. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but they are also opportunities to test and strengthen your newfound mindset. Reflect on any difficulties you've faced during the challenge and how you responded. Did you revert to old patterns, or did you hold your ground? Use this reflection to adjust your approach, ensuring continued progress. On day 6, solidify your progress through reflection and reinforcement. Take stock of what you've learned about yourself and your mind. What strengths have you uncovered? What habits or thoughts no longer serve you? Write these insights down, for they are the foundation of your mastery. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. It is proof of your transformation. Finally, on day 7, envision your future self. With your limitation conquered, what does your life look like? What new opportunities can you pursue with confidence and clarity? Take a moment to visualize this version of yourself and commit to maintaining the practices that have brought you here. Your journey does not end with this challenge. It is the beginning of a lifelong pursuit of mastery. The Mastery Challenge is not about achieving perfection, but about proving to yourself that you can take control of your thoughts and actions. It is a declaration of intent, a commitment to growth, and a demonstration of your ability to shape your reality. Each step you take reinforces your mental strength, bringing you closer to the unshakable mindset you seek. This challenge is also a mirror, reflecting the depth of your resilience and the extent of your potential. As you navigate its stages, you will encounter resistance, both external and internal. Embrace this resistance as an opportunity to grow. Remember, the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fires, and your mind is no different. With each test you face, you refine your focus, discipline, and purpose. Mastery is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous process. The lessons you learn during this challenge are tools you will carry forward, sharpening them with use. Each limitation you conquer prepares you for the next, building a foundation of confidence and resilience that supports all aspects of your life. The Mastery Challenge is the beginning of a new way of thinking, living, and being. The Mastery Challenge is your rite of passage, the moment when you transform intention into action and potential into reality. By confronting your mental blocks and actively reshaping your thoughts, you prove to yourself that you are not a prisoner of your mind but its master. This is the essence of domination. Not the absence of struggle, but the ability to rise above it with clarity and control. Ask yourself, what limitation will you conquer this week, and how will you use this victory to propel yourself forward? The answer to this question will determine the course of your journey. Commit fully to the challenge, knowing that each step you take strengthens the foundation of your mastery. The wilderness of your thoughts is vast, but you now possess the tools to navigate it with confidence. Your awareness is your map, your discipline is your compass, and your purpose is your guiding star. Step into the unknown with determination, and watch as the path unfolds before you, leading to a life of focus, clarity, and unyielding strength. The question is not whether you will dominate your thoughts, but how far this mastery will take you. The journey begins now. Conclusion: the life of a mastermind. Imagine a craftsman standing before a forge, the once raw metal now refined into a blade of unparalleled sharpness. Each hammer stroke, each hour of dedication, has culminated in a tool that reflects his skill, patience, and unwavering commitment. Your mind is that blade, and the journey through this book has been your forge. You have faced the heat of discomfort, the resistance of limitations, and the shaping force of discipline. Now, as you stand on the edge of this transformation, the question arises: what will you create with this mastery? The life of a mastermind is not about reaching an endpoint. It is a continuous process of refinement, growth, and alignment with purpose. Mastery is not static. It evolves with every challenge you face and every victory you claim. Like the blade in the craftsman's hand, your thoughts are tools meant to shape your reality, carve paths through obstacles, and create a life of clarity and power. The forge never cools, and neither does the journey of the mind. As you reflect on the path you've taken, it's essential to acknowledge the growth you've achieved. Each chapter of this book has guided you to explore, confront, and reshape fundamental aspects of your mental landscape. Awareness, discipline, focus, emotional control, and resilience are no longer abstract concepts, but tools you have begun to wield with intention and skill. This reflection is not merely an act of recognition, but a foundation for continued mastery. The mastery of thoughts is not a destination but a way of life. It is the ability to remain grounded in the face of chaos, to choose clarity over confusion, and to act with purpose rather than hesitation. It is the art of creating space between stimulus and response, where your power lies. By mastering your thoughts, you become the architect of your reality, shaping it with deliberate choices and unwavering focus. To live as a mastermind, you must commit to continuous growth. The lessons you've learned here are the beginning, not the end. Mastery requires vigilance, a daily practice of reflection, action, and adjustment. As you move forward, establish rituals that reinforce your mental strength. Begin each morning with intention, setting a tone of focus and clarity for the day. End each evening with reflection, assessing your progress and identifying areas for improvement. Growth also demands that you embrace challenges as opportunities. The obstacles you encounter are not roadblocks but stepping stones, each one sharpening your skills and strengthening your resolve. Fear, failure, and uncertainty are inevitable, but they are also the forge's heat that tempers your mind. Approach them with the confidence that comes from knowing you have the tools to overcome them. Purpose remains your guiding star. Without it, even the sharpest mind can wander aimlessly. Regularly revisit your values, goals, and mission. Ensure that your actions align with your purpose, for this alignment creates momentum and eliminates unnecessary distractions. Purpose gives your thoughts direction, turning mental strength into meaningful progress. The life of a mastermind also requires a keen awareness of energy. Guard your mental energy fiercely, setting boundaries against negativity and distractions. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, environments that foster growth, and habits that reinforce discipline. Your mental energy is finite. Direct it toward what truly matters. Finally, mastery is not only about personal growth, but also about the impact you have on others. As you refine your mind, your actions and presence inspire those around you. By living with clarity, discipline, and purpose, you become a beacon of possibility for others. Your journey to mastery is not solitary. It contributes to a ripple effect of transformation in your relationships, community, and beyond. This life is not easy, but it is rewarding. Mastery requires commitment, resilience, and the willingness to confront yourself daily. It demands that you remain humble in your victories and relentless in your pursuit of growth. The forge of the mind never cools, and neither does the potential for transformation. Embrace the process, and you will find that the journey itself becomes your greatest reward. The life of a mastermind is a declaration of intent to dominate your thoughts, to master your actions, and to shape your reality with precision and purpose. You now possess the tools, the insights, and the clarity to live this life. The question is no longer whether you can, it is whether you will. Ask yourself, what will I create with this mastery? What legacy will I build with my sharpened mind and focused actions? These questions are not just reflective but directive. They guide you to take ownership of your power and to use it deliberately. Your mind is no longer an untamed wilderness but a cultivated forge where strength, clarity, and purpose are shaped daily. You have proven to yourself that transformation is possible, that limitations can be overcome, and that mastery is a choice made through consistent action. The journey does not end here. It begins anew with every decision, every challenge, and every victory. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are equipped to face whatever lies ahead. The forge is yours, the blade is sharp, and the path is clear. Dominate your thoughts, master your mind, and live as the creator of your destiny. The question is no longer if, you have already proven that you can. Now go forth and live it.